Jessica Frost-Ballas here with a video for Trinity Stamps. Today I'm using a little coloring and ink blending with some cardstock silhouettes to create a spooky Halloween card. So let's get started. First I take a circle die and die cut it from the top left of an A2 panel of scrap cardstock. I keep the circle and the outline to use as masks with the full moon stencil. I tape the cut panel over a panel of white cardstock cut slightly larger than A2 and lightly blend scattered straw Distress Oxide ink over the circle to create the base for my moon. I like to keep my blending a bit uneven when blending moons to give them more texture and dimension. Next, I place the full moon stencil over the moon and stencil in some of the details. I blend the same scattered straw ink over the stencil, just using a slightly heavier hand. After that's dried for a few minutes, I use the same mask to help me place the partial circle over the moon. This just ensures that I don't have any white lines showing. I tape the mask in place over the moon so that I can blend my sky. I use Twisted Citron, Peacock Feathers, and Black Soot Distress Oxide inks for my Halloween sky. I use blending buddies, and after I lay down each color, I go back and forth between the colors until I have a really smooth blend. Then I remove the mask and let the panel dry completely. Next, I splatter the entire panel with water and blot off the excess. Then I mask off the moon one more time and spritz the panel with shimmer spray. I dry that with my heat gun and then remove the mask. Next, I die cut the A2 tree frame die from black cardstock to layer over my sky. I still need to trim down the background, and this allows me to play around with the placement of my tree until I'm happy with the results. I've stamped a witch from the Hocus Pocus gnome set and color her with Copic markers. I use lots of toner grays to create various dark shades for her cauldron and hat. I also want her to have a little bit of a wicked theme, so I color her skin green and then add accents of purple and green. Unfortunately, as I was coloring, I didn't realize that my camera ran out of memory and shut off about halfway through. So I don't have those final details of the coloring, but if you have any questions about the colors I used, please feel free to ask in the comments. Once I finished coloring, I die cut the image with the coordinating dies. I didn't realize the camera wasn't recording until the very end of my card, so I'll give you a quick summary of what I did after coloring. I started by stamping a sentiment from Hocus Pocus Gnomes and die cut it with the coordinating dies. I also die cut the tiny spider die from Oh So Spooky Gnomes 3 times from black cardstock. I adhered my black tree frame over the blended sky, added my sentiment, and then tucked in my 3 spiders. I didn't want the white outline of my die cut witch to take away from the scene, so I used Copic markers to color the outline to match. To finish the card, I added accents with a white gel pen, some Nouveau Crystal glaze, and a little chunky glitter on her bubbles and potion. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. Be sure to subscribe to the Trinity Stamps channel for even more crafty inspiration. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, have an amazing day and happy crafting. Bye!